Hey everyone, Dr. Zeo here again, and today we're here to talk about Power Rangers Dino Fury Season 2, Episode 15, Morphin Master. As always, we'll do our summary, likes, dislikes, conclusion, and then our question of the week. So, summary wise, quite a bit happened in this episode. The episode starts off with Zato still on the bed, and the Green Morphin Master is here, and she revives him. Well, saves him, as they call it in the episode. But he was pretty much on the brink of death at the end of the last episode, so Green Morphin Master, extends a hand and she revives him. They thank him, and then she gives them, a new weapon called the Dino Master Saber. Now, the Dino Master Saber unlocks the new Dino Master Mode armor, a new cape that you can use, and it's a very powerful saber because it uses the final attack uses the power of the Zords to destroy your enemy. However, it comes at a great cost, that being the user's life. So the Rangers are pretty apprehensive about using it, but who knows, they might have to use it eventually. But not in this episode, though. After this, we get a special guest appearance from Master Blue, the Blue Morphin Master, who says that he is here to imprison Master Green in an crystal prison for eternity because she broke one of the Morphin Master's, cardinal rules, that being you do not interfere in the lives of mortals. And like Zato, a lot of you are probably saying, wait, what? But they gave the Rangers their powers in the first place, which is true. The Morphin Masters did give the Dino Fury Rangers, among other various teams, their powers. However, a few years after the Great Sporix battle, powerful villains started hunting down and destroying Morphin Masters. So, the Morphin Masters hid so that they can protect the Morphin Grid, because without the Morphin Grid, life as we know it cannot exist. And so, Zato's like, wait a minute, you can't do this. She just saved my life. In fact, there have been other moments within Ranger history that, she's probably saved as well. And so he goes through this whole clip show moment of showing different moments within Ranger history, or across Ranger history, where there have been unexplainable circumstances that would have happened, which can probably be attributed to Master Green, which I guess we do learn that, yes, Master Green did help here. And the first thing he talks about is in the Dino Fury Season 1, finale, Void Trap, when she pops up and she ends up restoring the Dino Henge statues to give the Rangers their powers back because, as we know, their mission was not yet over. And Master Blue is like, oh, okay. We suspected you had interfered before. And dog, the look Master Green had on her face after he said that, it's like, Zato, chill, you don't need to do all this. And Zato's like, and I've been looking throughout the Legendary Ranger database, and there have just been moments in Ranger history, moments when they've been saved in their darkest hours. And he plucks the Ranger database in. Does he show footage of Kendricks getting saved? No. Does he show anything else from the Saban or Disney eras? No. He goes straight to the Neo-Saban eras because he wants to throw Master Green under the bus in crystal clear HD, which he proceeds to do in the funniest of fashions. He shows us Devin in the Grid Connection episode, where Devin, the Red Beast Morphers Ranger, gets hit by a meteorite, and then that meteorite turns into the Tyrannosaurus Power Coin, and then gets summoned. Then they use that to summon Jason. They also show Steel getting revived, the Silver Beast Morphers Ranger getting revived and turned into a human being in that two-part finale. And then we also see the last clip is us being shown the Legendary Battle. And before they get to Legendary Battle, Zato pauses, and then Master Blue is like, go on. And he's like, yeah, in the Legendary Battle, when the Super Megaforce Rangers were outnumbered by the Armada, and we had Legendary Rangers who helped them. And then at the end, they disappeared in these strange balls of light, which Ranger Nation, I assume we all, thought, okay, they're just teleporting as normal, different effects, not a big deal. But this episode shows and explains in a very weird fashion that the way that they teleported was because of Master Green for some reason. I don't know why she teleported them out of there. Numerous teams have their own teleportation abilities. This also doesn't explain if they're implying that those people who fought with the Super Mega Force Rangers, the Legendary Rangers, if they were fabrications of the Morphin Grid. Like, it doesn't really go into really any in-depth explanation. If anything, it brings up a whole lot more questions. But basically, Master Green's the one who teleported the Legendary Rangers out of there during that final, or after the final battle. And they note that, yes, this is also the same teleportation technique that was used on us, the Dino Feeder Rangers, when we were teleported out of Ravcon and back to the base just a few moments ago. And, Amelia's like, wow, you've done all these amazing things. Thank you. And Solon's like, are there other moments you've been helping in Ranger history? And Master Green's like, yes, I've done what I could to help, the forces of good battle the forces of evil. And I'm like, y'all really just threw this woman under the bus after she just helped you. Like, what is wrong with you, Zeta? Like, why didn't anyone stop you? And eventually this leads to Master Blue, being like, okay, well, yeah, this is definitely happening. Then I'm definitely going to imprison you. And Zeta's like, nope, I'm not allowing you to do that. And he grabs he holds up the Dino Master Saber, and basically Master Green's like, yeah, no. Y'all have more important things to do, and she teleports them back to Ravcon, and then she pieces out herself before Master Blue can actually, he fires off a blast, she dodges by teleporting out of there, and then imprisons Solon's it imprisons Solon's mushrooms in the background in one of the crystal prisons. And now the Rangers are back on Ravcon. They try to battle Lord Zedd. He fires a bolt of energy at them, and they disperse. And then Lord Zedd, Null-Eye, Boom Blaster, Scrozzle, and the Sporks Generator all teleport away off Ravcon. And as we mentioned in a previous review, the Sporks Generator is connected to the magma core of Ravcon, and disrupting that will have grave consequences on the planet. And so it destabilizes the planet. The Rangers teleport back to the T-Rex Cosmic Megazord, which is still in orbit, by the way. And they retreat because the planet is about to blow up. And yes, it actually does blow up. In one day, Lord Zedd blew up Ravcon. Like, that's quite the thing. That's quite the feat right there. Like, I did not expect Ravcon to get blown up. That's amazing and pretty sad. Like, Jesus Christ. But anyway, Solon calls out the Rangers, tells them, hey, Lord Zedd's in the middle of Pine Ridge, you need to get back here quickly. So they go back to Pine Ridge, they battle Lord Zedd, and Void King, as apparently Lord Zedd tells Void King and Void Queen that, hey, Scrozzle made the Sporks Generator so we can generate more Sporks. I know how much y'all like Sporks beasts. So Void Queen tells Void King, hey, stay here, deal with the Rangers, I'm gonna peace out. So it's the Rangers versus the forces of evil, except for Lord Zedd and Scrozzle. They don't get into the battle, and the Rangers do end up winning. Ion transforms. He uses the Dino Knight Saber to don the Dino Knight armor. The Dino Master Saber to don the Dino Master armor. He uses that to destroy Boom Blaster, and then Amelia uses the Dino Fury Cycle to injure Void King and Null-Eye, who then teleport out of there. Scrozzle also teleports out of there. And one key thing here is that the Sporks Generator is taking a while to charge up. And so that he doesn't get interrupted, Lord Zedd summons a force field around the generator. And so now the Dino Fear Rangers, they try to break through the force field, all by donning the different armors that they've acquired, or the different battle armors they've acquired. So the the Pack of Smash armor, the Freeze armor, I believe someone used Electro Battle armor. But yeah, they all use different armors to destroy the force field to no avail. And Ion's just about to use the final attack of the Dino Master mode when good old Master Green pops up and she's like, hey, chill, I got this. And she destroys the force field, and then Lord Zedd is pissed. He gets into a Dragon Ball Z style beam struggle with Master Green, and he gets very, very, very close to destroying Master Green, and that's when Ion jumps in with a nice little slash And then Master Green tells him, "Hey, stand back. I've got this." And she ends up she ends up blowing up the Spork's generator and then imprisoning herself and Lord Zedd in a crystal prison. So yeah, that was quite the feat from Master Green and Lord Zedd. Even that the fact that he was able to not only hold off a Morphin Master but almost destroy her. That's a great display of Lord Zedd's strength. But anyway, the Rangers teleport back to the base. Master Blue pops up again, and the Rangers are like, "Hey, she sacrificed herself to well, Master Blue and Master Red pop up, and the Rangers are like, "Hey, she sacrificed herself to imprison Lord Zedd." And Master Red's like, "Huh, that's quite a noble feat. Perhaps we were wrong about the way we treated this rule." And so they get Master Green out of the prison, but keep Lord Zedd in the prison. And Master Red and Master Blue apologize to Master Green and tell them, "Hey, maybe we were wrong. You have done a lot of good for previous Ranger teams, because without you interfering, a lot of them would have been lost to the forces of evil. So props on that." And then all three of them, peace out. They say, "Hey, we're gonna take Lord Zedd and put him safely on a different planet," but not before Ion and Zato ask Master Green, "Hey, before you leave, what exactly happened to our people?" And Master Green gives him the most bogus answer that in due time you'll find out. It'll be up to you to find out. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? Just give him a straightforward answer. We know you can. But anyway, that is the end of the episode, so let's go ahead and talk about my likes for the episode. So my first like of the episode was the amount of backstory we got on the Morphin Masters. Sure, we don't really learn how they were created, but the fact that we learned that the Morphin Grid gives life, without it, life couldn't exist without the Morphin Grid. The fact that we know why we've seen Master Green specifically so many times throughout this season, and why we haven't seen the other Morphin Masters and what happens to them after the Great Sporks battle, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that Dino Fury is actually answering these questions, because I would not have expected these kind of answers from, Samurai through Beast Morphers. So again, props to the writing team for actually giving us good answers to questions we've had throughout this season, and for answering these mysteries. Next thing I liked was that the show directly addressed the oddities in Power Rangers history, and again, more or less reinforces the implication that Master Green has been doing things in the background, including saving Kendricks and all the other weird things that might have happened throughout Ranger history. And I like that. I would have appreciated it if they would have directly referenced Kendricks being brought back to life, because that is a very big deal and very important element of Power Rangers history. But yeah, I guess it wasn't all that necessary. And again, even without Jane, J-Borg, and the rest of the Buzz Blast crew, this episode had some really good comedic moments, particularly from Izzy. In the beginning of the episode, Izzy, when they're talking about, well, not in the beginning, but near the beginning, when Zato mentions Steel Silva being revived and turned into Steel Silva action movie star, Izzy gets all psyched that Steel from Beast Morphers is Steel Silva, the star of her favorite show, which I can't remember the exact name of the show. And they're all like, "Really? Now's not the time." And then later on, she also mentions that, "Hey, y'all should binge watch this show. If you're looking for something to binge watch, this show is it." And Javi's like, "Yo, I don't think they really binge watch anything." And again, Garcia sibling moments are great. They're always funny. I always appreciate them. Additionally, when Ion activates the Dino Master mode, Boom Blaster is very impressed by the cape, and he's all like, "Yeah, that's not a cool cape, whatever." And he's acting like a tsundere, and it was just funny. It was absolutely hilarious, and I love seeing villains get really dorky and nerd out about Ranger gear. That's a good touch. Although it is weird, Boom Blaster, because I don't remember Boom Tower being this comedic and just this silly in general. Like, he had some silly moments in the previous episode, and it's weird seeing how he's treated as Boom Blaster versus Boom Tower, who's more of a serious and threatening villain, who is more focused on destruction. But yeah, there was also another moment where Null-Eye mentioned that Lord Zedd gives them dental, and then Void King and Void Queen are like, "You don't even have teeth." And he's like, and then later on in the fight, someone, I don't remember which ranger specifically, slashes at No Eye's mouth. He's like, my teeth, and he's like, oh wait, and that was funny. That was funny. Having those human moments between the villains was particularly hilarious because we know Void or not Void King. We know that No Eye has a mouth. That is a mouthpiece that we see later during no or during not Scissor Eye, but during his original form's debut episode, we see that he does have a mouth, so him having teeth isn't too much of a stretch. But additionally, I also like Zato just completely throwing the Master Green under the bus. Like, the fact that nobody decided to shut Zato up, and they all just let him go, and Master Blue's over here goading him on, like, yeah, keep going. Yeah, we thought that you, Master Green, had interfered in Ranger history before, but Zato, please continue. Like, it was absolutely hilarious and unexpected. Like, just the funniest moment of character assassination I've ever seen in Power Rangers. And, like, Zato, just never change, my boy. Just absolutely never change. I love you so much. I also like the fact that there were consequences for Master Green meddling in Ranger history and even reviving Zato and restoring the Dino Hinge statues. I didn't expect that. Like, that's good that a Morphin Master had consequences for their actions. So, yeah, props on that. Even if the consequences weren't felt for very long. But yeah, that was still cool. And I also liked this episode also giving us a good gauge of not only the Morphin Master powers, but Lord Zedd's powers as well. The fact that he was able to hold off a Morphin Master and get just super, super close to destroying a Morphin Master, that's terrifying. Because it also makes us wonder what kind of villains were hunting down and even destroying Morphin Masters. Were they on the same scale of Lord Zedd, or were they even more powerful than him? But and those are my likes. Let's go ahead and talk about my dislikes for the episode. So my first dislike was the fact that I'm fine with Scrozzle teleporting away, whether he's going to be used later on this season or saved for Cosmic Fury, we don't know. But I'm fine with Scrozzle living to see another day. I love him as a villain. He's great. He's funny. Whatever. What I didn't like though is the fact that Scrozzle and Slither never had any sort of interactions. In fact, Slither didn't say anything in the last few episodes. It was really weird. Like, as soon as Scrozzle popped up, it's like they just had Campbell Cooley, who voices both Slither and Scrozzle, just do lines exclusively for Scrozzle, and I found that to be really weird. Like, it's like y'all couldn't have had him record some lines as Slither, just banter between the two of them. Like, I wonder how behind the scenes pay works for these actors, because maybe they didn't have him record Slither lines here because it would have meant having to pay him extra. I don't know. I just felt like it was weird. Like, you had the person voicing two characters, why not have them interact? But whatever. Also found it weird that Void Queen completely halts her assault on the Earth with the Sporix Beast while Lord Zedd's doing his thing. Like, let's assume that she didn't know that the Dino Fear Rangers were off planet. Why wouldn't you continue sending out Sporix Beasts, to fight the Rangers or to do whatever to terrorize Pine Ridge? Like, it's very weird and very, very out of character for Void Queen, who's on a mission to destroy the humans because they took something from her and Void King. Like, did she just forget about that? Did she just decide, let me let it slide, let me cool down because I'm so mad at Lord Zedd? Like, it was weird and it didn't make any sense to me, especially when you found out Lord Zedd was off planet. Like, why? But my only other dislike for this episode was that although there were consequences for Master Green's actions, the consequences really weren't felt for that long. Like, yes, she got imprisoned in the Crystal prison, but then Master Red and Master Blue just freed her in the next scene. Like, seeing her in that prison was one hell of a moment. Like, I was like, oh no, how are they going to get her out of that? Or will they get her out of that? Will the Morphin Masters be cool with, will they be like, okay, well, that's good enough, and just take her and, leave? But the fact that they just took her out of the prison, it it was too easy. It felt too easy and it felt too immediate, and it kind of what is it? Blew the air out of the room, I want to say is the expression. I'm not too sure. Um but yeah, I just felt like Master Green got off too easy. Like, yes, she helped the Rangers defeat the forces of evil, and it's a noble act, but yeah, it just girl got off too easy here. Like, I wish the Morphin Masters would not have had the power to free her from the crystal prison. It could have been a nice little arc for Solon. You know, Solon's mushrooms got imprisoned, and the fact that she couldn't save Zato earlier in the episode, it could have been a nice moment for her to be like, okay, I need to be better for this next time. And we could have had a nice little short arc of her striving to be better, striving to learn more, and that could have been focused around her trying to free one, if not all, of her mushrooms from the little crystal prison, and then that segueing into her trying to free Master Green specifically from the prison while keeping Lord Zedd locked away in the crystal prison. And then in the finale, she's able to accomplish this task, and then she gives the crystal with Lord Zedd in it back to the remaining Morphin Masters, and then they ship him off to another planet. Like, that would have been a good arc for Solon. It's not necessarily an arc I expect to get out of Power Rangers, but it would have been a good arc nonetheless. But yeah, still overall a fantastic episode that gets 2 thumbs up. You know, it developed the Morphin Masters, showed us Lord Zedd's fury and the extent of his power, and as well as the Morphin Master powers. It gave us a lot of information on Ranger lore, and showed us, you know, Rafcon's not all too important to this season. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens to Rafcon, or even New Rafcon, wherever the Rafconians are eventually. But let's go ahead and talk about our questions of the week. First things first, who was hunting down the Morphin Masters? Like, the Master Blue and Master Green tell us that the reason why they have this whole don't interfere in the mortal's life is because somebody was hunting down and even destroying Morphin Masters. We don't know what Morphin Masters specifically are left over. We know that green, red, and blue are still there, but we don't know about the other colors that we saw in the Dino Fury premiere. And the fact that somebody was able to hunt down and even destroy the Morphin Masters is a terrifying thought. Like, could that be Dark Spectre? Could it have been Lord Zedd, you know, millions of years ago? Or could it have been the villains who the Rafconians were trying to protect themselves from with the power of the Sporix beast? That could be a nice little tie-in there. Or maybe we won't even see these villains until Cosmic Fury itself. Maybe those are going to be the main villains of Cosmic Fury. We don't know. Additionally, though, where did the Morphin Masters send Lord Zedd? I don't necessarily expect to get an answer to this by the end of the season. Maybe that's something that they'll save for next season. But still, it's an interesting question nonetheless, because I could fully see them sending Lord Zedd off to another planet, and then some villain somewhere stumbling upon or finding Lord Zedd, freeing him, and then we segue into Cosmic Fury. But yeah, interesting questions, and I cannot wait to see those answers come. I can't wait for us to get those answers. But yeah, that's all the time we have for today. That's really all I have to say for this video. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, because it does help. And yeah, I don't know if we're going to get answers to those questions in future episodes. I have not read the future episode descriptions, so please do not discuss those future episode descriptions in the comments below. Otherwise, you can comment. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'll get your Omicron booster. Those are available at CVS, Walgreens, or wherever else you can get your boosters. Until next time, I will see y'all later. Stay safe, mask up, because COVID is not a joke. But again, thank you for watching. I'm Dr. Zio, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Ciao.